Hello, my name is Ben, and on this YouTube channel I document my own print-on-demand journey. Today I would like to briefly talk about Society6. So I have actually made 7 sales now on Society6. Until a few days ago I only had 4 sales, which wasn't enough for me to make a video on it, but now I've actually crossed the barrier of basically 5 sales, which I always thought I'll if I cross this, let's say, barrier or goal milestone, I'll make a video. Now I've actually made 7 sales because 3 sales came in together yesterday. So that was really what sort of sparked me to make a video on this. Now I'd like to talk about Society6 first, very briefly, and then we'll get to the sales, and I also want to reveal the niches. Now Society6 is, I think, a bit of a special website in terms of the products that they offer. So first of all, I think when you start in print on demand, you would always try to start on Spreadshirt, Redbubble, and Merch by Amazon if you get accepted on Merch by Amazon, because I think these are generally the websites with, that where you can easily upload, because the upload process doesn't take very long. They are also the most popular websites for print on demand, I think, and a lot of people generally, do income reports on Redbubble, Spreadshirt, and Merch by Amazon. You don't see so many people talking about Society6 or Zazzle or Fine Art America, which I would nearly put into this second category of websites where the uploading process takes a bit longer. They are not as user-friendly as, Redbubble and Spreadshirt and Merch by Amazon, but, you can still make sales there, and they have something unique to them, which is why they are still, I think, interesting. And definitely they are more interesting than websites like, Designed by Humans or Cafe Press, because they have more traffic. So I think Society6, when I looked the last time, Society6 and Zazzle, I think they were nearly on the same level. Also, Fine Art America wasn't far off. And they are quite popular websites still. I think there's even more traffic on these websites than on Spreadshirt. However, I make much more profit on Spreadshirt for some reason. But still, there are some sales to be made. And for me, Zazzle has picked up as well. So I make some sales there as well. And you'll see some further income reports on that very soon as well. But Society6, I think, is a unique website because there are so many different products on this website. And I've actually sold quite a few of these. My sales here on Society6 were actually quite diverse products that I haven't sold anywhere else. So I will get to that in a minute. But as you can see here, there's lots of wall art. So they definitely focus on different wall art or art prints, which is similar to Fine Art America. And what is striking is that actually the first category here on the left side is wall art and wall hangings, wall prints, canvas, stuff like that. And then they also have a lot of home decor stuff and furniture, which you don't find on any other print-on-demand website, at least to my knowledge. So for example, coffee tables or side tables like this one, or counter stools and bar stools. You don't generally find that on other websites, or even benches. I haven't seen that on Redbubble or Spreadshirt. I mean, websites like Redbubble and Spreadshirt, they've got lots of different, t-shirts and jumpers and so on, but they don't have so much, let's say furniture and so on. And they even have, I mean, Society6, they even have wrapping paper, which is really interesting. So actually have a look at that. I've seen that actually yesterday. So obviously that only makes sense if you have a pattern or anything. What I need to say in terms of these different products on Society6, it probably only makes sense, to upload to all of these products if you have, a certain type of design, because, some of them will work with just text-based designs, but, a wrapping paper wouldn't work with just a standard text-based design. And also, some of the products here on Society6, my designs don't fit on because they need a certain, they need a certain dimension actually. So I think I generally upload 5,400 by 4,500 designs, and they only go on, they go on a lot of products on Society6, but many of the products require a different, solution, or different size, even larger, probably most of the time larger, and that then just doesn't work. But I still upload to the products that I can upload to, and to do it I use Flying Upload, which is the automated upload tool. And so for me it's actually not additional work if I upload to Society6, which is why I'm doing it, because the upload process is really painful, and I couldn't, I couldn't do it manually. It would just take too much time. And so I'm even more happy that sales come in, because I don't really put the additional work in, and still sales are coming in. So let's get to the sales. So if I click on earnings on Society6, I see this, and I basically see that I've made 7 sales so far. Now, there were 2 sales before Christmas. Now it says actually the 3rd of February here, but this was actually the payment date. So as you can see here, I've only had 2 of my designs. They were actually paid out to me. So 2 royalties, or the royalties for 2 designs were actually paid out to me on the 3rd of February. And that was over a month after it was actually sold. So these were sold before Christmas, and they were New York. It was a New York slogan, and it was black background, white text, and those were 2 wall art prints. So that's already very interesting, because I haven't sold any wall art prints on any other website, and that really shows that Society6, they really focus on these wall art prints and to promote them. Because I've had some more wall art prints actually, and I'll get to that in a minute. And then, yeah, I've actually had 3 sales before Christmas, but unfortunately 1 was cancelled. I think it might have even been before, but anyway, only 2 have really come through as royalties, so I'm not gonna waste any time on that. But yeah, I've actually made some more sales, but again, only 2 of them have actually come through as paid out royalties. Now, then one of them shows as cleared here, and cleared means basically that I think the 30 days need to be over before it actually counts as cleared, and then they will pay it very, very soon. And that is because within that period, I think people can still cancel it, or they can return it. So that was only 40 cents because it was a sticker, and that sticker was an easily distracted by tennis sticker. So it was not a proper, I think it was a design, but nothing, fancy or anything. So that was quite interesting. Easily distracted by tennis, you find lots of them. And again, it was only a sticker. But then there was another sale on the 20th of March, as you can see here, which was a wall clock. Again, my very first wall clock. And this was a day without video games design. So you can probably find these on Redbubble as well. Obviously, I made my own design, but kind of stole the slogan, but still made the design my own by creating a unique design. But you find lots of these. A day without video games is, why risk it? So that made me $3.20, which is decent, I think. And again, a wall clock, which is very interesting. So I've made, different products sold here or sell here than compared to Redbubble, where, they offer wall clocks as well, but I haven't made a single wall clock sale there. Now, and then yesterday, 3 sales came in on the same day, probably by the same person. And again, it wasn't easily distracted by tennis wall art print. 1 was a size extra small, or 2 were extra small. 1 was small, which is 13 by 13 inches, and the extra small is 8 by 8 inches. And the earnings were around $1.30, I would say, for each, which is interesting because the 3 products were all the same design. Again, easily distracted by tennis. Now, this shows, you can clearly see that I tend to sell, or I tend to create evergreen designs, because, video game designs will sell in years to come. And also tennis designs, there will always be people who like to play tennis. So this is what I do. I generally design, I would say 80 to 90% of my designs are evergreens, because I don't want to have sales where the situation where I've made a lot of designs, put the work in, but then they only sell for a few weeks. So I don't want to do that. So and again, interesting that very different products sell here. For me, I mean, I've sold 5 wall prints. Of my 7 sales on Society6, I've sold 5 wall prints, which tells me that if you sell on Society6, definitely put your designs onto wall art prints. They seem to sell really well, and even like text-based ones. So that was very interesting. I think the easily distracted by tennis, as I said, it actually had some images and graphics, but nothing fancy really. Nothing I would order on a wall art print. But anyway, this is really positive. And again, the power of having, I think evergreen designs is very important. Okay, and this is really it for today. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, then please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on my print on demand journey, then subscribe to the channel. I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye!